Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Addie. Today we're going to talk about grocery shopping for a family of 4 and how I do that. Before we get into it, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. The first thing you should do is keep a running shopping list on your fridge. So I have this printable, it's available on my website. I'll link it in the description below. But even just a regular paper and pencil works too. Just somewhere you can write a list throughout the week. When you run out of something, you can just go and write it down. That way, when you go to the grocery store and you go to make your grocery list, you already have the things that you know from the week that you're missing. That way you don't forget something when you go to the grocery store. So on my sheet, I have it right in this section. I have all my most frequently bought items in this, and I can just take a highlighter and highlight it when I run out. So that way when I run to the store, it's already there and I don't have to think about it. The next thing that kind of goes along with this is to meal plan. And meal planning is so important, not only for your grocery shopping, but also for your budget. I won't talk about it too much today because I have a whole video dedicated to meal planning, and you can catch that right here. I'll put a link. But basically, you want to just make sure you're planning your meals. I keep a little meal plan whiteboard on my fridge so that I always know what's for dinner that night. I don't necessarily follow it very strictly, but at least this is for Monday. Baked chicken is Monday. Well, maybe I don't want baked chicken Monday. That's okay, because I have all these other options that I know I have ingredients for. So I can just pick and choose what meal I might want to have that night. But the plan at least gives me an idea of what we're going to have that week and what meal items I have to choose from. If you haven't watched that video, I really recommend you watch it. But if you don't have time, then the 2 biggest takeaways from that video that I will tell you are to use what you already have in your fridge, freezer, and pantry to make your meal plan for that week, and then use the store ad to fill in the other ideas for meal planning. And then the other one is to schedule a leftover day. Even if you have leftovers for lunch, you always end up having more in your fridge that you can do something with than you think you do. So always plan for a leftover day too. My next tip would be to go to the store, if you can, about an hour before it closes. If you can do that, different departments in the grocery store start discounting their fresh merchandise. So if you do that, you're going to be able to get a discounted product on fresh ingredients. You can also sometimes do that if you go in the morning, the early morning, if things didn't get purchased that night in that last hour or so. They will still be there in the morning, so you can get those good deals in the morning too. But the benefit of going at night is that you've already eaten most likely, so you won't be having those impulse buys because you're not as hungry. And then also you can't dilly-dally. You pretty much have to go in, get what you want, and get out because the store is closing. So you can't dilly-dally, you can't look through different products, you can't accidentally put more things in your cart than you think you needed. You pretty much go off your list, you go in, you get it done, and you go out. So I really recommend going at night. Now, you can't always do that. I can't always do that for sure, especially because I have 2 kids, and sometimes by the time I have gotten them to bed and I'm at a point where I can leave the house again, it's just too late. The grocery store is closed. But if you can, it really is helpful. Next, I'll talk about budget. And the way that I budget for groceries is $400 a month for my family of 4. That means I get about $100 a week on groceries, which is really my formula, I'll say, is $100 per week per person. And I got that formula from Jordan Page from funcheaperfree.com if you haven't seen her page. But it has actually been really well for us. We've been doing it for about a year now, and we have really been able to stay within that budget without a problem. Now, some might say that Juliana, the little one, the 7-month-old at this point, doesn't really count as a person, so why include her on the budget? But that's because she does cost money. She has things like diapers, wipes, baby food, bibs, just baby supplies. Babies cost money too. And so all of those expenses, those things that I would buy at the grocery store for her, that goes towards my grocery budget. So those are things that I include for her, $100 per person. Obviously, if you have an older person as your fourth person in your family, then they will be actually eating food, in which case, adult food will count for them as well. But for now, I mean, Juliana is eating solids with us, but I wouldn't say she's eating enough to count as a whole serving. So her diapers, her wipes, her, baby supplies is what goes towards her $100 per month. But collectively, we still do $400 a month in total for our family. I did think that it was going to be impossible to stick to that budget at first, because when it was just Dan and I, when we just had two, we were spending more than $400 a month on groceries. We were spending somewhere between, I'd say, $500 and $600 a month on groceries. I wasn't meal planning, I wasn't using what I had, and I wasn't shopping consciously. So as I've kind of gotten to this stage in my life, $400 has been totally fine per month. When Juliana wasn't here, we were doing $300 a month with just Isabel, and we were able to make that work too. So we were able to live on $300 for 3, and we've been able to live on $400 for 4. So I do think it's a really good formula, and I would suggest that you try it. The next thing that I would suggest is that when you are at the grocery store, shop the perimeter of the store. So imagine a square, and you have your produce and your dairy and your, breads on the, outside. And then inside you have all those pantry items, the snacks, the cereals, the frozen items, all those things. So if you shop the perimeter, you will end up being a lot more healthy, but you also end up saving a ton of money, because those fillers, the things on the insides, that's where you're gonna really break your budget. And for those inside things, like for your pantry items, I would suggest buying in bulk where you can, because you're gonna get the best bang for your buck. We do an off and on trip. We'll mostly shop at, our local one is Kroger or Aldi near us, and then we'll go maybe to Sam's, Sam's or Costco the next week. So we'll kind of alternate. That way we get our bulk items that we need, and we'll get our fresh items that we need. So pantry items are definitely good for bulk, and meat is also good for bulk purchases because meat freezes really well. So those are my tips for grocery shopping for a family of 4. And now I will show you, as I've just gotten back from the store, what our haul looks like and the things that we've got and how much I spent.
So I guess I'll start with the fresh. So we got a mango, 2 avocados, cucumber, spinach or mixed greens, 3 bell peppers, some strawberries, bananas, tomatoes, green beans, zucchini, and at Isabel's request, a watermelon. For dairy items, we got cottage cheese, sour cream, feta cheese, cream cheese, butter, and 2 cartons of eggs. We also got a gallon of milk. Frozen, we got a pizza for pizza night. Usually I would get 2 of these, but I think for our pizza night this week, I'm gonna do pizza and spaghetti. So we already have the spaghetti ingredients, so I just got 1 pizza. For the pantry, I got potatoes, onions, tortillah chips, some salsa. I got some black beans canned and some tomato soup. I got a little one because Isabel really likes tomato soup, but Dan will not eat it. I will if there's extra, but really I just need one because it's for her. We got a little treat. We got sea salt caramel almonds, which is just a little treat that I wouldn't normally get, but sometimes you deserve that, I got some garlic powder because we were out of that. 2 loaves of bread. We're running low on dish soap, so I got some of that. I got the diapers to carry us through until we can bulk buy some. I got some dried fruit, dried cranberries, some old-fashioned oats, and we got 2 boxes of cereal, Cinnamon Crunch, and shredded wheat bites, strawberry flavored. And that is the haul. So the total for this, and chicken. We didn't actually need chicken, but because it was there and a good price, we went ahead and got some chicken breast tenderloins, which I can just freeze. Oh, and maple syrup. I got maple syrup too because we were running really low on that. So then our total price for this shopping trip was $82.73.
All right, you guys, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.